Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Star Flames. In this video we're gonna talk about Lizzo speaking out for the very first time since her backup dancers came out suing her with some atrocious allegations, such as forcing them to eat a banana from the sex worker vagina, fat shaming them, and peeing on themselves in order not to upset Lizzo. So these backup dancers, they're suing Lizzo and many other people who have came into contact with Lizzo, also trying to work with her. They're coming out and saying that they've experienced Lizzo for themselves and she was rather rude and unprofessional. So Lizzo is speaking out, for the very first time. Not only that, Jason Lee has also chimed into this, lawsuit and the allegations against Lizzo. There's one thing I've observed about Jason Lee so far, and that is he's in the business. And there's a lot of things that he understands very well. He said something that I definitely understand and can see how people go about suing celebrities, because they know that, these celebrities may potentially settle out of court in order to, just avoid any negative ramification to their image. But before we get into what Jason Lee has to say, because guess what? I believe Jason Lee is imparting some wisdom with us, which is very important. But at the same time, it doesn't dismiss the fact that, I do believe that these things definitely happens. And I also believe that these, backup dancers who are suing Lizzo, I believe that they played their part in this, in order to be buddy with Lizzo. And the reason why I'm saying that, it is because of, when you watch those documentaries of celebrities being on tour, I have observed during a lot of these documentaries where, people who works with these celebrities, they do really horrible things to get these celebrities' attention and to be besties with these celebrities. And oftentimes when things don't work out in their favor, this is what happens, a lawsuit. But let's talk about what Lizzo is saying. Lizzo is saying, and I quote, "These last few days have been gut-wrenchingly difficult and overwhelmingly disappointing. My work ethics, morals, and respectfulness have been questioned. My character has been criticized. Usually I choose not to respond to false allegation, but these are unbelievable as they sound and too outrageous to not be addressed. These sensationalized stories are coming from former employees who have already publicly admitted that they were told their behavior on tour was inappropriate and unprofessional," right? So that's what Lizzo had to say. She continued by saying, "As an artist, I have always been very passionate about what I do. I take my music and my performances seriously because at the end of the day, I only want to put out the best art that represents me and my fans. With passion comes hard work and high standards. Sometimes I have to make hard decisions, but it's never my intention to make anyone feel uncomfortable or like they aren't valued as an important part of the team. I am not here to be looked at as a victim, but I also know that I am not the villain that people and the media have portrayed me to be these last few days. I am very open with my sexuality and expressing myself, but I cannot accept or allow people to use that openness to make me out to be something I am not. There is nothing I can take more seriously than the respect we deserve as women in the world. I know what it feels like to be body shamed on a daily basis and would absolutely never criticize or terminate an employee because of their weight. I'm hurt, but I will not let the good work I've done in the world be overshadowed by this. I want to thank everyone who has reached out in support to lift me up during this difficult time." Now, End of what Lizzo had to say there. Now, many people said that based on what Lizzo posted, it is some admission of guilt. What I'm seeing is the fact that Lizzo is saying, look, I am open about my sexuality. And I believe Lizzo is saying, we went to these clubs. These things that you people said happened to you, did happen to you, but I did not force you guys to do any of these things. Exactly like I was saying, oftentimes people go around these celebrities and in an aid to be bestie with them, they will do these things. The person may say, eat that banana, eat it. And they're like, okay, yes, I'm going to do it for my girl, Lizzo. Let me go ahead and do it for my girl, Lizzo. Yay. Right? Because I believe that if someone, really value themselves, I know that sometimes there are young people out there and sometimes there are chances that we may have to take in order to achieve our goals. But if something like that happens to you once, then going forward, you would say to yourself, guess what? The next time she invites me to the club, I'm going to be upfront and I'm going to say, no, I'm not coming to the club with you because I do not feel safe. I do not feel comfortable and I'm not going to show up with you guys, right? So I believe that sometimes we are in control of the things that happens to us. And I believe that one of the biggest things that we could do whenever unfortunate things happen is to take accountability for our own actions instead of looking forward to, hold people accountable and not learn anything from it. Instead of trying to capitalize on, that horrible experience, try to learn something and not just go about saying, you know what, this individual did that to me and that individual did this to me. Also, take accountability for yourself. Where did you go wrong in any of this? Because if you don't acknowledge and realize and accept that you also had your own part to play, you would go forward making the same mistakes. And when you go forward making the same mistakes and keep on making the same mistakes, who will you blame at that time? And at that time, people are going to look at you as being a problematic person. So that's my personal belief about that. But let's get into what Jason Lee had to say. 10 hours ago, Jason Lee posted, thinking about that time we gave Lizzo the Fearless Award. Folks, there's a new game in town. It's called extortion. Actually, Jason Lee, it's not new. It has been in the business for quite some time. But I understand what he's saying. He's saying that more people are extorting celebrities. He's saying that lawyers are smart. File lawsuits alleging all the things you want to defame a celebrity with. The press will pick it up and do their dirty work. Squeeze them into settlement because the industry is terrified of cancel culture. I'm not friends with Lizzo, but I've been following the news and my team is posting everything on Hollywood Unlocked. I don't believe these women at all. That's what Jason Lee is saying. Now, I understand what Jason Lee is saying, and Jason Lee has the connection. He is connected to a lot of people, and there are things that, Jason Lee might be privy to that we aren't. Not only that, ever since the allegations and people have been coming out to talk about Lizzo's behavior, which I do believe that Lizzo has a strong, aggressive personality at times. And I believe that, with any work environment, we're going to see stress, we're going to see aggression, and sometimes it cannot be taken personal. But when you have a consistent repeat of that behavior, should it be accepted? I don't think so. So, I understand what Jason Lee is saying, but also at the same time, I believe what these women are saying, it's half true. Not only that, as I was saying, there's another dancer where there is a clip of her saying that she's so grateful for Lizzo. And, you know, her first passion is dancing, her second passion is singing, and she doesn't think that Lizzo knows that she's a good singer. So she's going to, you know, take her chance to let Lizzo know that she is an amazing singer. And right there, when I saw that clip, I said, for me, this clip is confirming my suspicions. My suspicions is that people were trying to be Lizzo's bestie, and as such, they did things that they thought would have give them that landing card. And when that landing card doesn't work out, everyone gets bitter, angry, and they make up these things to make it seems as though, well, not make up, they make this thing seems as though they were bullied and harassed into doing it. Lizzo is not the first celebrity that we're seeing being blamed for it. As what Jason Lee would say, there's a new business in town and it's called extortion. We've seen this before, but again, I must say, why I say it's half true, because I believe it did happen, but not in the manner in which they're telling their stories. But I want to hear from you guys. Do you think that it happens, you know, and Lizzo is in fact a terrible person? Or are you on the same side as me? Do you think that it happened, but they all, you know, willingly played their part? Or do you think that, you know, Lizzo bullied them or Lizzo did not bully them? I want to hear from you guys. While you're at it, give this video a big thumbs up, share if you care, and see you all later. Bye, guys.